to Deaf and Dumb. I'm Dan.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show where we talk about stuff.
And I'm Dudley.
Oh yeah, you are Dudley. No one cares. It's fine. They're only here for me.
They only hear one voice when they listen to this show.
Yeah, it's the one really talented guy who talks to himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
His name is Dudley.
No, you don't exist. I'm just talking to myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't believe that.
I actually record pre-responses and then I talk to myself.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
How do you know if you're going to throw a joke at yourself?
It's a very easily scripted. Or heavily scripted, not easily.
Easily, heavily.
I don't know, word salad problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you have to time that out, right?
Yeah, I do.
Sounds very difficult.
It is.
More work than necessary. You could just sit here and just talk to yourself and take the gaps out.
I could do that. I could, but no, I like to have a little overlap.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like real people talking.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, now we're not talking over each other.
Some might say it's intentional.
Yeah. See, I'm talking over you now.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was your week?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
We had some game time this week.
Yes, we
A little
did.
bit.
We went with our buddy Gary.
Yeah, the
and our
buddy
buddy Dorsey.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, for months now, he's been wanting to play Castles of the Mad King Ludwig.
Yes.
And we finally got together and did it.
Yes, and we had a good game.
Yes, we did. It was
I
a good
thought it
game.
was quite good.
Well, you won.
Yeah.
That was part of it.
That was that's a big part of it.
Yeah, I think you only enjoy games when you win.
Oh, I enjoyed that game. I don't know if I've won
but-
that game before.
It doesn't matter, but I'm saying you only say, oh, yes, I enjoyed it when you won.
I've enjoyed games I've lost.
Have you? Can you name one?
No, because I don't remember those things.
Uh-huh. I can name a game that I lose pretty regularly and I still love and enjoy.
War Machine.
Yeah. Usually the John Dorsey.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we played Castles.
Castles
Of
of the Mad King Ludwig.
Gary hadn't played before, and neither had John Dorsey.
Nope.
And so you would think
we showed them all the pieces. Showed them the millions of pieces that are in that game.
Yes.
And we've talked about it before.
We talked about it because we got it
Just
last Christmas.
Yeah, just for a refresher, it's basically a tile-laying game where everyone's building their own individual castle, and there's this kind of it's based on like you have one player is the master builder, and everyone pays him for the room that he laid out and priced. He's laid them in a certain order to give them certain prices, and the longer they stay up, they get money added to it. But then they buy it and pay him, and then he goes last and buys whatever's left, and then it kind of shifts around until we run out of rooms,
basically.
And everyone's got this weird castle that doesn't look like anything they were supposed to build.
Yeah, it's very interesting because it has its own built-in economy. There's only so much money in the game, and it's only time more money is brought in is if you get money, if you take money for as a action, or if you get money from finishing a room.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of interesting how the money shifts around and who pays who.
Yeah.
Some people end up stockpiling a lot of money.
Gary had more money than I've ever seen anyone.
I've never had
money.
anyone had that much money.
He went up because he kept getting mad. He got annoyed because we kept buying all the rooms he wanted.
Yes.
And so he never. Every time it got around to him, the room the 2 or 3 rooms that he was out to get were always gone. So more often than not, he would just take some money and wouldn't buy a room or buy a really cheap room.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't spending a lot of money, and so he ended up. We got to a point where we were running out of 5,000 marked coins
because he had them
all.
And the reason for this, because I was right before him, kept buying the rooms he wanted because you get there's the objectives on the table that everyone's trying to do, and then you have your own personal ones on card. Well, one of the objectives on the table, which is what he was trying to do, I had the card for it as well.
Oh, so you were trying to double up.
I was doubling it up, and I was also building, and then I had the basement tile for it as well. So that was if one of those rooms came up, I bought it because I was getting 6 points for every time I got one of those.
Oh yeah.
So it just made sense that okay, I'm gonna buy that one. Well, even then when he put it really expensive, I just happened to have the money for it, and I would get it because the points were there.
Yeah.
It was a good game. It came down, actually, it was a tie between me and John Dorsey.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
Which I had not seen before.
I think it's happened once before.
Yeah.
With us playing.
Really?
I vaguely...
remember.
That's how I knew how to determine the outcome.
Yeah.
Because you determine the outcome on a tie based on square footage of the room. So you have to add up the numbers of all your rooms.
Yeah.
And I came out ahead on that.
Yeah.
I was about 1,000 square feet bigger than his.
Yeah.
So I won.
Yeah.
It was good.
It is a fun game.
I like it.
I enjoy it. It's made by the same people who did Suburbia, and I don't particularly like Suburbia.
I like Suburbia.
And
I've never won Suburbia.
I've lost miserably every time I played Suburbia. So I don't.
I think may have to do with our buddy Josh has that game, and that's who we usually end up playing it with. And I think he's just really good at that game.
He is good at that game.
And that's probably why you don't do well in it.
Maybe I have
maybe you just need other people to play with.
Out of the 3 or 4 times I've played it, I have been last place, and so I don't play it anymore.
But Daniel, you don't play to win, right?
You
can enjoy losing.
I lost. I don't mind losing as long as I enjoy the game. I did not enjoy it any time, and it didn't seem like no matter what I was doing, I couldn't seem to play right.
Well, it's all about Suburbia and Castle. It's all about combos, and I was getting some crazy combos.
I would go for those combos, and it wouldn't pay off enough for me to pass whoever was in the lead most of the game. So Castle's a lot better. I think it's a lot closer, and I enjoyed the theme of Castle.
The theme is great. It's really good.
At least like in Suburbia, you're just laying hexes down and your little city districts and stuff, and it doesn't really interest me as much as building my own little castle out of weird-shaped rooms.
The castle is always like, oh, this is what I want to do, and then you never do that.
You rarely actually get to do what you plan out to do. You end up with just a weird amalgamation of rooms.
I spent most of the game just building a basement.
Yeah.
Like
I think
half of my castle was just
John Dorsey was working on the longest hallway. None of his rooms were side by side. Almost all his rooms just was end to end, all the way until he was almost invading Gary's space.
Yeah, which wasn't a bad. It worked out for him because he was completing a lot of rooms, but because he didn't have the square footage, he didn't win because he had a lot of small rooms and long hallway rooms, and so it didn't. If he had bigger rooms, he might have won.
Maybe,
but then he might not have got all the finished rooms as he. That was working really well for him.
Yeah.
Good game.
It is a good game.
We've been playing Civ 6.
Civ 6, Civilization 6. Yes, I am enjoying it.
I am too.
Yes.
I was telling you about a game last night that I was playing.
Yes, it was quite amusing. Why don't you share that with our listeners?
Okay, so I've played one game, and I talked about it last week, and I was still getting the grasp of things, and I wasn't doing very well. I was doing okay. I was still going, but I decided I wanted to start over. So I started a new game last night. I was like, I'll play for an hour or so. And I did random, and I had the Arabian country. So I had them. Arabia. I started with them, and I drew a blank on the name. I started with them, and I was like, okay, cool. And I decided I want to do a big one, so I want a game that's going to go. And I made a huge map with 12 civilizations and started playing.
Yeah.
So I'm going along, I built a city, and then I meet the Romans. I was like, here comes the Romans. Okay, first country I meet. Okay. Actually, I met a few others, but they don't... Yeah. So the Romans show up, and first thing he says is like...
They didn't make any lasting impressions.
The first thing they walked in, they were like, hey... There's land around you don't own. Why don't you own them? And I'm like, I'm working on my city here. I don't know what you want from me, but okay, thank you. Bye. And I keep working along, and I had like 2 hours. I wasn't gonna be like Warpath or anything. I was going for a religious thing. And I was like, because they got some bonuses to religion, so I was like, I'm gonna do a religious thing. And then he comes around again. He's like, you still haven't built nothing. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm working on it. I was like, I guess I'll make a settler, get that going. So settler starts going, start building that. Takes a little while. And then I noticed these soldiers start walking towards me. All these Roman soldiers start coming towards my city. And I'm like, what's going on there? He hasn't done anything else.
What's up with that?
I'm like, okay. And I had like 2 warriors out and about, so I was like, come home. Get home fast. And they they were a ways away, so they were coming back. And then he gets a whole bunch of them right outside my city, and then he's like, what you're doing is terrible. You should settle more cities. I'm like, I'm working on it. I got a settler coming. I'm working on it. I get the settler built, and I was like, okay, I had one spot picked out for my city, and I was like, that's kind of far away. Not going to make it. So I'm going to go over to this other spot. and then he's like, denounces me. He's like, you should build cities. And I'm like, I'm trying, man. Just give me some time. And then I start sending the settler away, and he declares war on me.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, he's like, your atrocities. And I'm like, you're mad at me for not taking the land, and I'm trying to take the land, but you're not giving me a chance. And he wipes my city out, my capital, in 3 turns. Which, before, like a turn or 2 before he does it, I plan another city.
Uh-huh.
And then he destroys my capital.
Yeah.
So I lost the capital.
Did he raise it? Or did he just take it?
He took it.
He took it as his own.
He took it because he kind of claimed all the land.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's obsessed with that, apparently. And I was just like, I started a city.
Unsettled land here.
Yeah, and I'm like, I had one tiny city that I just started, and it was going to take 30 turns to build anything. And I was just like, well, I'm done. I quit. Never even saved the game. Because Romans and civilization thinks you should claim all the land.
Uh-huh. It's funny. They all have their weird little motivations, which I think shifts up a little bit, maybe. I'm not really 100% sure. But
I think it does a little bit.
But yeah, they have their motivations and things that they obsess over. Like, the Germans in my first game were just, like, obsessed with, you have a lot of money. If you did not have more money, if you weren't generating more money per turn than he was, which was pretty high, he was just like, you're going bankrupt. What's your problem? And I was generating like 150 plus gold per turn.
Which is a lot.
Which is a lot. And this is fairly early on, and I had like, like 1,000 pushing 2,000 gold at one point. In store, and he was just like, you're going to go bankrupt, you better, fix that. And I'm like, I'm making so much money. And then it turned out, because he was making just a little more. So I kept bouncing back and forth between him going, oh, it's good to have a fat purse oh, you're going to go bankrupt, all because I fluctuated like 10 or so gold per time. And usually it happened when I would make a bunch of purchases of a bunch of soldiers or builders or something. I just dump a bunch of money, and then he's just like, better fix that, you're gonna go broke. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I have thousands of gold.
Yeah. I'm richer than most of the other people. Yeah. What do you give me?
Yeah, I have way more money than everyone else in Stored.
Yeah.
But I lost my first game.
Oh, you lost it?
I haven't talked about this on this podcast.
No, you
I think it happened during the week. So I had my first game. I was playing the Aztecs. I think I talked about it. And I was doing really well.
Yeah.
I was like excel. I wasn't on a war path of any kind. I did not declare war at all in the whole game. I did go to war once because Germany got mad at me. Did I talk about this or did
No, this hadn't happened.
Okay. What happened was I was focused primarily on a science victory. So I was building, rockets and satellites, and I had already built a satellite, and I was in the process of building a lunar lander to go to the moon.
Yeah.
When I realized that I wasn't in first place for science anymore, I kept bouncing back and forth from first to second. Generally, I was generating more science, but I noticed that the Germans who were right next to me, that they were already building a lunar lander as well, and were a little ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, shit. And I kind of looked at him like, I probably, as fast as I was going and as high as my production was, I was going to cast him and more than likely get ahead of him and finish it before him. So in this game, it doesn't finish on the lunar lander. It finished on colonizing Mars.
Yeah.
And, so that's just the middle stage. You launch a satellite, then you go to the moon, and then you're going to colonize Mars. That's the final. That's the big victory scenario. Well, so what I did was I noticed that he had 4 cities with a spaceport on each district. That's where you build all your rocket stuff. So I sent spies to all of his towns, and I sabotaged all of them.
Nice.
Which, over a few turns, it took me, a while to get them all done, but I eventually sabotaged all of them and completely stopped his space program dead in the water.
Wow.
And so I just killed it. And then I was able to pass him and launch him, and then I was working on going to Mars. So that jumped me ahead of everyone else. There was one other, I think Samaria was also working on it, but they were kind of halfway through their moon lander or whatever. And so I was like, all right, I'm probably going to win this, because in about 50, 60, maybe 70 turns, I'll complete all the Mars mission stuff, and I will win the game. But I had one problem, because no one else is on that front, and I was also leading on culture, so I wasn't going to lose there. Domination was probably not going to happen, because most people weren't fighting.
It takes a lot,
and which I did. Germany, after all that happened, did declare war against me.
Yeah, because you're
sent a bunch of guys, and I was able to
stuff.
basically just hold him off, and I fought him off until he was like, "Okay, let's have peace." And I killed a bunch of his units, and then which we were pretty evenly matched.
Yeah,
but I was kind of worried that he was going to start breaking my spaceport or something, and then I'd have to fix it to get back on track.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that big of a war, and so it lasted a few turns, and then he declared peace, and it was over. But then I realized that I just didn't notice immediately that there were Jewish missionaries everywhere.
Yeah.
Because
India
had just dumped a whole bunch of them all over the place. And he was about to win with a religious victory.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, no. And so there was nothing I could do. I don't have a religion in that game. Because there's only 5 available, and I didn't get one.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to it at all. And so I ended up losing. I say I lost to a religious victory from India. But I'm not really sure, because when I finished, the in-game report was all messed up on mine.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it didn't show me all this information, so I assume that's why. The only person who was close to a victory in any way was India through that, by converting all the other cities to his religion, which I could do nothing about except, say, go to war with him, which I didn't have the resource to do. So I made a decision. I was like, I'm just going to push as hard as I can to get to the space race, the Mars mission victory. And if I don't make it, it'll end the game, and I'll just go, one more turn, and then I'm going to nuke the shit out of India. And so that's what happened. I lost the game. So
you kept playing.
I had a nuke planted over in a city next to his border, and so I just sent a bomber over and bombed Delhi off the map. And then I quit the game. So it was a little satisfying, but I was like, okay. So I started a new game.
Yeah, I started a new one today as well.
And I started a new one, and I did a random, and I got America. And I was like, well, I'm going to be focused on, religion and domination.
Yeah.
So I founded, I did the very American thing. I founded, the Protestant religion.
Yes.
And started building a bunch of army, and I took the religious bonus I took was Crusade, which basically gives you a bonus to your army string.
Yeah, from your religion.
When you're fighting within near a city that has your religion. And that didn't go very well.
No?
Not initially, because I started, I was spreading my, Protestant religion, and then all of a sudden, a bunch of Catholic missionaries show up from France.
Yeah.
Who's one of my neighbors.
Yeah.
And completely wipes out I had 3 cities converted to Protestantism.
Yeah.
And
Wait, it's the Catholics?
Yeah, the Catholics wiped out. Well, I only had 2 cities at the time, and both of them became Catholic cities because he just dumped a bunch of missionaries on me, and I was like, and then I thought, okay, all I have to do is build my own missionaries and stop, and then
Because you've been converted.
Because my city was converted. When I built missionaries in that city, they were Catholic missionaries, which I didn't notice at first because I was just blowing him up on my own capital city, just helping him without realizing it for a few turns. And I'm like, oh, man. So I was kind of mad about it. And I already told France, stop converting my people.
And it's
twice I told her, don't convert my people. And she's like, okay. And then she did it anyway. So I went to war with her. There is no more France left. They had 3 cities. I took them all.
Yeah, but you're still Catholic, right?
And still Catholic. All my cities are Catholic. And but the next door is the Congo. And is one of my other neighbors, and his capital is still Protestant because I converted it. So the only way I can get my religion back is if either I take that city and make missionaries there, or he sends a missionary to convert my cities back. And so I ended up going to war with France, taking those cities, and then I kind of was like, okay, I decided I kind of felt like starting another game. I wanted a bigger map, so I started a third game today where I'm playing the Congo, and it's going all right. I'm still in the early stages of that game. I'm not sure where it's going yet.
I started a new game today, and I'm the Sumerians.
Sumerians, yeah.
And their thing is they're kind of a war-minded, it seems.
Oh, yeah.
But they have a special unit right early at the beginning of the game. It's kind of a war cart.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like a small chariot, but it moves real far, and it's stronger than the regular warrior.
Nice.
And it's pretty nice.
And you start with it?
You can start with it. Yeah, you don't have to research anything to get it.
That's impressive.
So I started it. This time I was like, okay, I'm going to do a huge map. I'm only going to do 8 civilizations.
Yeah.
I wanted to not be right on top of each other. Yeah. I meant like 3 in the last game. It was too many.
Yeah.
So I started the game, and
you wanted some room to grow.
Started the game, and I was like, okay, going. And then I meet Germany.
Oh, yeah.
Quite early. I was like, oh, hello. And he's like, stay away from those city-states.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's big on those city-states.
I hadn't discovered the city-state yet, so I was like, sure, why not? Thought we'll be friendly. And then I found the city-state, which I didn't do anything with. I was like, okay, I sent one envoy to it, like standard. And then all of a sudden I noticed he starts sending soldiers over. I'm like, okay.
You start having flashbacks.
So I had more soldiers this time.
Yeah.
I was
and you had your war box.
I had only one of them, and I sent my other soldier. I had a bunch scouting, and I brought him back home. And then he came at me, and I was like, okay. And I decimated his army.
Nice.
With the war carts.
Yeah.
They are great.
Yeah.
And destroyed them. And I was like, and he was like, oh, okay. And I sent mine. I had like 3 war carts, and I was like, all right. He's not far from me. He's like 10 tiles over, east. I was like, all right. I sent them all over there. I surrounded his city. He had one city. I had one city, and I was like, okay. And he was like, let's have peace. And I'm like, nope. And then I sent them all in, and they were saying, he's like, let's have peace. He's like, here's all this stuff. Here's some monies. And I'm like, no.
There can be no peace.
There is no Germany anymore. I took him. And then, not long after that, I discovered Spain.
Oh, yeah?
North of me. I'm on this continent. I'm the only other country with me. I'm like, I want this continent to myself.
Manifest destiny.
So all my armies that were over at Germany, and I had built up a nice army, started trekking them up north. And they all got to the borders of Spain, and the Spaniards are like, what are you doing here? You got some armies around my border. I'm like, they're just passing by. And then the next turn, I'm like, invade.
Going for a stroll.
And I took his country in 3 turns.
Wow.
I had destroyed 2 countries before breaking the classical era.
Wow.
And I have the whole continent besides 2 city-states to myself. I'll probably take them eventually. But they are not bothering me right now.
Well, you can just... you're the only one getting envoys from them. So you get some bonuses from them.
So I'm doing very well. And because you take when you take the, I don't know if it's just the capital or the city or whatever. I think it's just the capital. You get these big bonuses to your civic tree and your research tree.
Yeah, it gives you the
boost.
It boosts them, which is a cool little mechanic. There's a lot of random things that'll do that.
Yeah, I really like that. And I'm doing really well because I'm taking advantage of that. Mm-hmm. And I'm making huge leaps forward. And so I'm leading in science. I'm leading in domination. Mm-hmm. I think I'm leading culture as well.
Nice. So you got it pretty well wrapped up in that game.
Yeah, I'm going pretty good. Until I discovered some other country.
Mm-hmm. I like how taking cities works in this new version. In the old version, you took a city and it was like under civil unrest for so many turns. Basically, until in the older one, you had to build a courthouse to basically get everyone to chill out.
The 5th one was that way, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if 5 was that way.
Civ 5 was that way, yeah.
Yeah. You had to build that structure in there, and usually it takes like 30 turns or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they chill out. And then, you can also have the choice of, just holding on to them, let them operate on their own, and then whether you annex them or not. And because you could either annex them immediately, you could raise them, or you could just like puppet government or whatever it's called, where you could basically you owned it, but you didn't really control it or what it produced or anything. It ran itself, and then you just eventually you could annex it later. But anytime you do that, it goes to civil unrest, and you have to build a courthouse to get them to calm down. And the new version I like because you capture your city and you occupy it.
Oh, really? I didn't.
Yeah, probably didn't even notice because if you occupy it, it's still not you control it and you have it. It acts like your city, but it's not technically yours. What happens is when you go to peace, you declare peace or whatever, you can exchange. They may ask, like when I was going to war with France, I took the capital and she still had one more city, and I was going to take it, and she was like, let's have peace. Give me Paris back. As part of the deal.
Okay.
And you could, I have the option of return Paris, or she can cede it to me. Like, that's what she did when I went to war with her the first time, I took her first city, she said, let's have peace, you can keep that city, and it becomes actually mine. Okay. So it's a bargaining chip with peace.
Oh, okay.
So you can be like, no. And in the old one, you could just, like, they would give you cities just to, if you were overwhelming them, they would just give you a city or something. You could bargain with them, but this is like with cities that you already control. They can be like, oh, I will declare peace with you, but you have to return the city, or I'll let you keep the city and we'll have peace.
Probably really the reason I never dealt with that because
you just took all.
Well, I took the capital. There was only one city for Germany, and in Spain I had 2, and I took them pretty quickly.
Yeah,
between
you never even
there was
had
no occupy option.
Yeah.
It was just keep.
Yeah, you can
raise.
Either keep or raise.
That's what I got.
Yeah. So, but if you keep it until that you either destroy them or they cede it to you, it's still just an occupied city.
Okay,
it's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have one qualm with the game.
What's that?
And it's a small one.
A small one.
Not
small
really a qualm, but okay. So in the past Civilization games, there was a certain map option that play Earth. So you could play the geographical Earth.
Yeah.
And then you would play random spot on Earth. I like that.
Yeah.
I like playing on a map that I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Because I like to kind of figure out where I'm at.
Yeah, there's a bit of level of familiarity, but also with the fact that when you start the game, you see such a small piece of the map that you're not really sure where you are.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're left guessing, am I in America? Or maybe I'm in a part of Europe. Or maybe I'm in Asia or something. And then as you build out, there's a moment where you realize, oh, this is where I am.
Yeah. I'm Spain in America.
Yeah,
Ooh.
exactly.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. I like that. No Earth map.
There isn't one.
In Civ
not
6.
in this one. Maybe they'll add it later.
Maybe. There is a mod to add it.
Yeah.
But I haven't looked into it. Apparently it's a huge map, too.
Yeah, I bet.
And
the bigger ones are always better. Like I've seen
the more detail. I like the big detail.
Yeah, I've seen played on some smaller ones where America was basically like
5 tiles.
Yeah, like maybe 10 or 15 tiles, the whole thing. So
it'd be like 10 or 15 tiles, but then like 5 of them are mountains.
Yeah,
so
you can't do anything with, and you can't even get past. And you're like, well, this is not that good.
I like the big Earth maps.
Yeah.
And there is a mod to add one, and I haven't looked into getting it because Steam Workshop's not in the game yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll eventually add it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't see why. I mean, Civ 5 had the Workshop.
So hopefully I'll check that out and pick it up at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You been playing anything else?
I got a game I said I was going to wait on, but then I was weak.
Yes.
And I actually got to play it, so I bought it on Friday. And I did not expect to play it at all this weekend.
Yes.
It's Battlefield 1.
Yeah, because it's 40
Because it's a 40 gig download. And I was like, there's no way I'm playing it. So I went through the only thing that slowed me down a little bit of going ahead and buying was I was going to have to download Origin. I was going to have to figure out what my login was, because I know I've had it before.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I had some game with this. I don't know what it was. And until I got Origins installed and reset my password and logged in, did I feel like, I had Sims 4. Completely forgot I owned that game.
Yeah.
But so I was like, oh, I have Sims 4. I had Titanfall too, but it's not on there.
Yeah.
Or I might be able to add. I had a physical copy of Titanfall, but so I got on there and I bought it and I started downloading it and I noticed that it's a 40 gig download. It's going to take a while.
Yeah.
But I know it's been going fairly quickly, and then 2, at 33%, you can play it.
Yeah, it's playable at a third.
It's playable at 33%,
which is pretty cool.
And so
Blizzard
I was like, okay,
does stuff like that.
Yeah, Blizzard, a lot of their games but it's not that low. Usually it's like you got to get like
usually
3/4
half of it.
Yeah, usually it's like 3/4 of the game before you can play some of it. And so I was like, okay, well, so at the first morning, Saturday morning, I was at 28%.
Mm-hmm.
No one else was in the house, so I just left it running. Mm-hmm. And I was playing Civ 6 while it was running, and I was watching it tick up a percent every once in a while. And I played Civ 6 for 4 hours though, and then suddenly I got to 3.
Just 4 hours.
Yeah, just 4 hours. And then I got to 33%, so I quit out and went and started it and just check it out. And I basically got through the intro of the game, which is basically you're in this big, overwhelming fight.
Yeah.
And every time you die, it gives you the date of the person and the name of the person who died, and the year they died, the year that it takes place, of when they were born and when they died. Most of them are like 18 years old.
Yeah.
And then you bounce to another person and just move through this battle, playing different people who die in the battle.
Oh, wow.
Until it kind of gets to an end of it. And then, and that's just the intro. That's like the first thing that happens when you load the game.
Nice.
And then I started checking out the first mission, which is like a kind of a pilot training mission where you're flying a plane, and then it goes into a real mission thing. And it's really fun, but I got like halfway through that mission, and then it was like, you can't play the next part of this until you download more. Estimated time, 2 hours. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm stopping now.
Yeah.
And then today I jumped on it again. I'm at like 80% now.
Yeah.
And I actually started getting through that mission. Oh, man, it's good.
Is it?
I like it. I can't wait to play multiplayer.
I want to get it. Money's a little tight right now. So I really want to get it and then just grab your download of it. But I don't know if I'll get it this week or not. But maybe.
Yeah. It's a good-looking game.
Yeah, I bet.
It's intense.
Yeah.
Like in that first set of missions, you do like you're bombing this fortress and you're protecting bombers going in, and it's like a lot of dogfighting and then bombing stuff on the ground, and man, it's intense. It's fun.
Yeah.
I crashed my plane I ran at one point. I was during the training thing. You get attacked by Germans in their plane, and I was flying out. And I swung around and I crashed head first into a German plane.
Oh wow!
And I just went, oh shit! And then my plane exploded.
Oh wow!
And I was like, whoa! And it's oh man, it's fun.
Huh.
But
it's kind of interesting because there for a while, they were making World War I games.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of them, but they and then they went pretty
to
quickly to World War II.
Yeah, with all
and
the
then
Call
World
of
War
Duty
II
games.
was just they played the hell out of World War II. I mean, there's so many games set in World War II, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then they kind of burned that out.
Well, yeah. All the Call of Duty games for a long time were just World War II games, and after a while, I was just like, I didn't play them. I didn't only play a few of them.
Yeah, it got to where you just like, okay.
Didn't, and then the way they were framed, it's like you really
could not play it and still win.
Yeah, it was really strange. I didn't enjoy them that much. And then Call of Duty went on to like Modern Warfare, and that became a big cash cow.
And then it went to Future Attack, and all this stuff.
And then they got more and more advanced, and they kind of backed up a little bit. Well, it's still in the future compared to World War II, but they went to like their prequel was like Black Ops during the Cold War stuff, which I like.
Yeah.
And then, but I only played Modern Warfare 2 and
there's
Black Ops 1.
There's parts of Black Ops in Vietnam, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a flashback in Vietnam that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really cool. But I only played, like I said, I played 2 of all those games. They put one out every year for a while.
Yeah.
And I liked the multiplayer, but there was never really enough to keep
Well, it's
me
one of those
playing
things where, like, you played Modern Warfare 2, and then you played Black Ops. The multiplayer is basically the same.
Yeah,
it's
different
maps, different weapons that basically do the same thing as other weapons. It just looks different.
Yeah.
Different animation kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then... Yeah, I mean they're fun, but you play one of them. There's really no reason to play the other ones.
buying all the other ones. And then when Battlefield came out with the trailer for this one, I was like, "This is going back to World War One." Hence the name Battlefield 1.
Yeah,
and you got blimps, You got the old biplane.
Mm-hmm.
You got the old grenades that are like on a stick that you throw. Everything about it. And
cavalry.
Yeah, you got guys on horses. You got guys with swords, and you're beating people with shovels. And it's intense.
Yeah,
it's
I really want to play it.
I'm liking the little bit of a single player I've been able to play, and I just keep waiting for the multiplayer to unlock, so I finish downloading so I can play the multiplayer, which probably won't happen until tomorrow or the day this podcast goes out. I might be able to show you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And I'm liking it. I'm worried that playing it's gonna take me from playing the multiplayer from it. It's gonna steal me away from Overwatch. Because I played some Overwatch this weekend as well with Bro Rob, and I like that game a lot. And I'm always trying to find time to play it, but I know if I get another multiplayer game, it's gonna make it harder for me to.
You gotta share your multiplayer.
I know.
Time.
Well, I'm already splitting it with time playing Civ 6 and other games.
Yeah.
And then trying to find time to play all the games I want to play and play the multiplayer games I want to play.
And that's the problem with this time of year. It's like November,
so
all the way
games.
leading up to Christmas. There's just so many games.
I mean, Titanfall 2 just came out, too.
Yeah, Titanfall 2 came out this week. Battlefield 1 came out this week.
Mm-hmm.
Civ 6 came out last week.
You got
Pokemon Sun and Moon coming out
in a few weeks.
Just so many games.
I decided I'm not buying anything else. I'm gonna buy Pokemon Sun and Moon, and I'm gonna just chill for a little while. I can't afford to buy that many games.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play those a lot.
We'll see. I will probably end up getting Battlefield 1, if not this week, the next.
Yeah.
But I will probably get that one. And then Sun and Moon, of course.
Yeah.
Which Sun and Moon is cheaper.
Oh, is it?
I think so. It's only like $30-something.
Oh,
I mean, it's Nintendo's not. Nintendo DS games aren't like super expensive. It might be $40.
I guess I haven't bought one in a while, like a physical copy of one in a while. I just kind of forgot.
I'm pretty sure Graham was texting me. He said he pre-ordered and it was $32.
No, nice.
I want to say usually it's $29.99, something like that. So,
I guess you're right. I just forgot.
But
I definitely
it's cheaper to buy DS games.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that. That game I'm really excited about.
Shall we transition to news?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, since we're talking about Pokemon Sun and Moon,
or I could talk about Overwatch for a while if you want to do that.
Yeah, you have some Overwatch stuff?
No, not really.
New Overwatch stuff.
The Halloween stuff's cool.
Yeah.
I'm a little annoyed because the two characters I probably play the most are Reaper and Reinhardt, particularly Reinhardt. I play Reinhardt a lot. I like Reinhardt a lot. And I'm playing with their base skins.
Oh, yeah?
I have yet to get, out of all the random stuff I get out of loot box,
You haven't got the Halloween skin?
I have alternate skin for all these other characters I do not play.
But
I do not have a different skin for Reinhardt or Reaper. And
why is
I'm
it?
almost enough coins. I don't play enough, I think. Oh. But also, I almost have enough coins to buy one of the ones I want.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know which one it is. I like all of the 1,000 coin tier of Reinhardt. They're all really good. I really like them. And then Reaper has some really good ones. There's two at least I want. One's called Nevermore. I think that's the one I really want. He's like a Raven thing, and I like it a lot. And that's why I just don't know which one I want more. Because I'm only gonna have enough to buy one, and I don't know.
You got some Predator confusion, though.
Predator confusion.
You don't know which to choose.
That's on. And I've been raging a lot on that game just because my teams are stupid.
I saw a meme on Overwatch, or not a meme, a little video. It's like, this is how it all started of all Overwatch games.
I just watched that today.
Is it accurate? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's exactly how
it's like random
really
people.
Funny. It's like basically shoot and destroy your start area, spray some sprays. People keep saying hello over and over again, and then one guy switches to another character that someone else is already playing, and then everyone just suddenly decided to switch to that character. We did that. We were playing in a game and.
Yeah, we've talked about it on the show before.
Just this weekend we had a game where we were suddenly fighting a bunch of Mays, I think.
Uh-huh.
And I hate May. I mean, she's fun to play, but I hate fighting against her. Because without fail, she's freezing me and shooting me in the head, and it pisses me off. Nothing pisses me off than you slowing me down and making me where I can't move.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it drives me nuts. So I have a lot of loathing for that character.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anyway, let's move on.
Anyone, Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Some stuff about this week. The starter evolution revealed.
Officially
revealed.
Yeah.
We've seen some pictures already.
Yeah,
but
we saw
now we got some.
It's exactly like the concept art.
Oh, yeah, the concept art is spot on.
Yeah.
The other leaked images we've seen are spot on.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on them? We watched it a little bit together.
You're
going to do the owl.
I'm doing the owl. I don't know what it's called.
I don't either.
The owl. It starts off with the bow tie owl.
And eventually has a bow.
Hipster owl. Yeah, and he starts off with a bow tie, and then later has a bow, and he looks cool.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to play.
The theme, I'm going to be playing the fire cat thing.
Yeah.
And his final evolution, it's hilarious.
We were watching a video of it.
He's a wrestler.
He's just like a wrestler.
He's even got the pro belt.
Yeah.
And fiery belt thing.
Yeah, he's got this funny like macho thing going on. It's really
like
funny.
Macho Man in Pokemon form.
It's like you were playing Hulk Hogan if you were a fire cat.
Yeah, I know. And then I'm just like, it looked great. I picked him from the beginning. I always use the fire ones, but I still like him the best. The theme is better. And then the final stage, I'm just like, even better. I just can't wait to play this. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah.
But he's like very serious too about it. He's like he's a wrestler who takes his job very seriously. There's no goofing around in wrestling. So, and then the seal is a seal, and I'm not very interested.
I didn't see it because at the end of the video it showed what their types were.
Yeah,
I know the grass type one. What's the second type it gets?
I don't remember.
What you're supposed to have this information,
I didn't
Dudley.
catch it. I'm sorry.
Because it becomes fire fighting, right?
Notes. It's fire and dark.
Fire and dark,
and
then the water one, the seal gets water and fairy.
Yeah,
but
I didn't catch what it was either.
What the other one was.
I was only half watching it, waiting for the cat to show
You're useless to me, Dudley.
Also, they've revealed that the characters from Pokemon Red and Blue, that the character you play and then the rival is in this game. An older version of it.
I saw that. That's interesting.
I don't know what capacity. It's just there's a screen grab of them in the game. And then there's some pictures of them as well. And so it's kind of cool, kind of interesting that he brought those characters back. I assume there'll be some kind of gym leaders or something like that.
Yeah. Because there's no gyms.
There's no gyms in this one. Whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
I'm super excited. I'm at the point now where I don't want to see anything else. Like a lot of things I do.
I haven't wanted to see anything for a while.
I get excited about it, and I'm like, I just don't want to see anything else. After I saw the thing where you could take pictures of like Pokemon running around in the wild, I was just like, my excitement was through the roof, and I was like, I don't need to see anything else. Just give me the game.
I'm ready.
And I'm like, I haven't really been looking at anything else because I don't want.
I'm at that point too. I just happened to catch it, so I watched the animation, mainly just see the animation.
Our buddy Graham was sending us stuff about it too.
Yeah,
he keeps us up to stuff.
Yeah, he usually gives us some updates.
Yeah, he fills us in while we're busy working and
stuff. Let's see, more Pokemon news. 2 weeks ago, Pokemon Go updated.
Yeah,
we talked about the update before it came out. A while back.
Talk about it again.
And I talked about some of the stuff that was going to be in it. Well, it came out and I didn't even realize it because I haven't been playing it that much.
I haven't either. I mean, a little bit, but not really.
I started playing it this week. Just I had a little moment, so I was playing it, and I noticed I was like, man, there's a lot of Ghastlies around.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Like, I'd catch one and another one would appear. Well, they have a Halloween theme thing going, so a lot of Ghastlies and Hunters and
Gindars.
I haven't seen any Gindars.
I saw the shape of one. I haven't seen them.
Cubone.
Cubones, yeah.
It's around, and then the yellow-brown thing that looks like a pig thingy. It stands upright. I don't remember, but yeah, I've seen that thing. I have one of them.
I saw the upstanding pig,
who's yellow and brown.
He's a very upstanding pig.
He's upstanding. But yeah, so that's happening. They like I talked about. They added a bonus for catching types you've caught a lot.
Yeah.
They had the Halloween themed stuff is going until November 1st.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to get a little more game time and catch some of those
I need to go get some Pokeballs and go catch me one Ghastly because that's all I need to evolve him.
I might go tomorrow evening and try to get some more Pokeballs and try to catch
tag
some
along
stuff.
with you just to get. I need more Pokeballs. I haven't gone and got any.
A few other little details I thought were interesting. some of them not so much, but they're there. The buddies,
Yeah.
You had the buddies who would walk.
Yeah.
They would gain kilometers. Before it was 2 kilometers before you got a candy.
Yeah.
Well, now it's only 0.75 kilometers, so you get candy more often.
Much quicker, yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, the transfer rate is higher. So when you transfer a Pokemon, you used to only get 1 candy. Now you get 2.
Oh, so they're making it easier to get
to get more candy.
Get more candies and evolve them and stuff.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Which
I like
cool.
that.
I like that. And so
overall, it just kind of speeds things up a little bit.
Yeah, they also sped up the evolution. The evolution time is shorter now, so you can, in theory, do a lot of evolutions really fast.
Yeah.
A lot faster now with the lucky egg combination.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
They also changed the color of eggs. Their new egg color, which whatever. It's just a design element.
Based on the size of kilometers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 5 kilometers are now yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the 10 kilometers are, but
I'm gonna guess red.
I would guess red.
I haven't
too.
looked at it, but I'm gonna guess.
But so that's cool. New update. I'm curious to see what other theme stuff they do with the different seasons.
It's cool that they're doing the seasons and stuff, which is really common and popular in games right now. I mean, like GTA 5 Online's doing Halloween theme.
I don't even know what it is. I just saw
Overwatch is doing a Halloween theme. Everyone's got their Halloween theme stuff.
Yeah, Halloween's really popular. Yeah. So we're not doing anything for Halloween.
No,
we should.
I don't get invited out.
You have to have friends.
I have friends. They just don't invite me to anything.
Well, most of them live out of town. So.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, so it's hard to get invited when you're not there.
Hold on. I'm not going to cry.
It's okay. Don't cry.
Okay,
Daniel is not crying right now. I can confirm this.
All right, I can work through it.
Okay. Other stuff. So we're going to find out. Oh, Skyrim. Yeah. Skyrim Special Edition came out this week.
Yeah, I did. I thought I had the DLCs for Skyrim.
I only had one. I looked at it too.
I only have like 1, 2, and so I thought, because apparently I think the way it works, if you have all the DLCs, you get the special edition for free.
Yeah, that's the way I understood it as well.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, well, I thought I had them. I only had one of them, I think. And
I only had what is it? Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
I almost said Hearthstone. That's a different game.
Yeah.
Hearthstone.
No, it is Hearthstone.
Is it Hearthstone?
Hearthstone is the
whatever
Blizzard game.
The name of the DLC that you get a house in. That's the only one I have.
I think it's Hearthstone.
Okay.
I think we've had this confusion.
Yes,
before.
I know. That's why I was trying to avoid it.
and you failed. I don't know if I even had that one. I'm not really sure. Initially I was like, I want to see the new update. Right from the pictures I saw, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
And the comparison videos, it looked really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But at first I was like, I've played that game to death. I don't know if I want to. And so I was like, do I really want to go back? But then I realized I hadn't done the DLCs, so now I kind of want to go back and play it.
Yeah.
I know. I don't. But that means either buying the special edition or buying the DLCs.
I think I have all the DLCs on Xbox. I think that's what it is.
Oh,
I got it all on Xbox. I have it on PC, and I have the Hearthstone on PC.
I never had it on there.
But I have it on Xbox as well, and I'm pretty sure I got all the DLCs on Xbox. I played some of them now I'm thinking about it. So I don't know if I can... I assume the special edition's not on the 360. You have to have it on Xbox One, I'm assuming, to play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I probably won't get it, because I've played the hell out of it.
I do, and because it's like that one of the things. It was like, I realized I did the same thing with New Vegas. It's all about New Vegas. I realized I never played the DLC, and I went back and all I did was play the DLC, and I had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I think some of the DLCs.
New Vegas DLCs are better than the actual game.
I think are better, than the actual main story.
Yeah,
and so I've had a lot of fun doing that, and so now I'm kind of like, well, maybe I should go play the DLCs for Skyrim. I apparently never did.
I played them. I never finished any of them.
I think what I'm gonna do is wait a little while until I feel good about spending money, and then just buying the special edition.
Yeah,
and when I have some downtime where I'm not playing a lot of stuff,
just do the DLC,
and then just play through it again. And enjoy it, because it's gonna be a while before there's another Elder Scroll game.
Oh
anyway.
yeah, it's at least 5 years away. I would guess.
I would buy it. Maybe not quite that long, but yeah. I mean, they're working on one.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know when. There's no announcement.
Who knows when it's going to be? It takes a long time. They don't announce it until it's about to come out.
Yeah. So it may be a while. So I may just kind of, when I feel like playing that kind of game, I will get it.
Other news. Nintendo. We talked about Nintendo Switch last week.
Mm-hmm.
We will get more details in January.
January. Okay.
January is when they'll announce.
Year.
Yeah, they'll announce specs. They'll also announce pricing. They'll also announce all the details will come out in January.
Okay.
So that's cool.
That's
pricing
cool.
And all that.
I was kind of hoping it'd be a little sooner.
I was
not
too.
That's what. 2 months away or 2.5 months away, depending on what part of this January. January is, a whole block of 30 days.
Yeah, it's somewhere in January.
Yeah.
That's what I've read, and so not too far away, but maybe enough time to we can get past all these holiday games.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah, because it comes out in March, right?
March.
Yeah.
March next year.
Yeah.
I did see a deal. There was a guy talking about who's in the commercial.
Yeah.
And he talked about being in the commercial and getting to play with it. He said, well, all I got out of it was, because he couldn't say a lot.
Yeah.
All I got out is that the controller felt good.
Yeah, it felt good. Good hand feel.
And good hand feel, yeah. Nice. But yeah, he just randomly got a audition for a commercial and didn't realize it was for Nintendo until, he got higher up into it.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
But yeah, so that's interesting. So we'll find out more information about that later. Let's see what else we got. No Man's Skies.
Oh yeah, I had that on here on my list, and I completely forgot about it.
The maker Hello Games.
Yeah, Hello Games Twitter account tweeted out, "No Man's Sky was a mistake."
Yes.
Which immediately, and Graham sent it to us. He was just like, "I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this is a hack,"
and it was,
and that's pretty much all they said was, "Yeah, it got hacked."
Well, that's not all that happened.
Yeah,
there was a bunch of emails sent out from it as well.
Yeah,
with basically an apology letter for No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
and all this stuff. But apparently they got the main guy. I can't remember his name.
Sean Murray.
Yeah, his LinkedIn account got hacked, and it kind of somehow
connected with it. Yeah.
I don't understand LinkedIn.
I have an account. I don't know what it does.
I've never. I think you have to be in business to understand LinkedIn.
Well, it's supposed to be for jobs and stuff, but I don't know.
I don't know. I never got.
Every once in a while, all I know about it is every once in a while I get an email from a friend who's added me on LinkedIn. I'm like, yeah, sure, I guess.
I'd never signed up for it, so I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, so apparently there's some something there, and he got hacked that way, and so all that is not true. They are not apologizing.
They are not apologizing for No Man's Sky. And it got Graham and I got to talking about a little bit about it, and if No Man's Sky, and I think I've said this already on the show, but I understand a lot of people's ire about it, and if No Man's Sky had been like a $30 game, I don't think anyone would care. It wouldn't be a bigger deal.
It's a price difference.
But it's a $60 game, and it didn't have $50 worth of content in it. Yeah. And I enjoyed it because I kind of was had blinders on, wasn't paying attention to the media about all this stuff and all the stuff they were saying it was going to have. And I'm still trying to be optimistic that they will eventually add that stuff, and it will bring it up to where it should be. It's just going to take some time.
Yeah.
Which is annoying, and I completely. Of course, with such a backlash, they may never get to that point. They may have lost all faith from their audience, and it's just done.
It may not happen. Yeah.
But I don't know. Because they're really close-lipped about all of it. So they have not really talked to the public since they released the game.
Yeah, and other than to say that they did not put out.
Other than to say, it seemed like they broke the silence to say No Man's Sky was a mistake when it wasn't really them, which I don't think anyone really thought that was them.
No.
Unless they just went off the deep end.
Yeah, which has been known to happen with some game companies.
But yeah, it's one of those things. I really hope it becomes something. Like, I really hope that they come back and they keep working on it. They add all the features that they had promised, and it becomes a really cool game. I liked it. I played it. I think it's cool looking, but I do feel like I'm stiffed about $30 on that game.
Yeah,
because to me, what I played was worth $25-$30. And I wish there was enough to push it to,
that extra limit.
Yeah, and then maybe just having some multiplayer alone would make that.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I didn't play it much.
Yeah,
I didn't. I kind of got what it was, and then I got distracted by other things. But
I think the only thing that kept me playing was my obsessiveness.
Yeah.
Like obsessive compulsive.
You have some screen grabs on your desktop, and those are pretty. I don't know what they are, but they're pretty.
Yeah.
There's potential.
Yeah.
But again, that price point is a big thing on games now, especially when we talked about Nintendo's $32 game. Most AAA games $60.
Yeah.
And I think especially if it's just a multiplayer game, shouldn't be a $60 game.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and there's a lot of them that are
Titanfall was a $60 game, and
Overwatch was that
$60. Yeah.
I don't think it's.
I think Overwatch was worth $60.
Well, then that's the thing. It's like, how do you quantify the value of it? And like to me,
no, I'm sorry. Overwatch wasn't $60.
Oh, what?
You could $40 with the base one. $60 got you the extra skins.
Okay, so that's right. Yeah. That's right.
So we're wrong there.
So that's the thing.
I paid $40 for
$40 is pretty good for.
I love that game
for a good game. Yeah. A good game that's but if your base point just gonna be a multiplayer game, you probably shouldn't charge $60.
Yeah. Or if your base point is a game that you claimed had multiplayer and a bunch of other things, and then didn't have that thing,
you might want to lower your
the price back.
Even if they lowered it to $40, it would have been better.
Of course, the other thing is most people had already pre-ordered it at that price.
I guess you either have to give those people who paid extra content or something.
Yeah.
You gotta pay attention to that stuff. It's kind of important.
I don't know how you tell.
And that's the other thing is, especially this time of year, games. There's a lot of games coming out, and they cost money, and so some games you're gonna not play because you don't have enough money
or time,
and so you gotta keep that in consideration.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always helped Nintendo, because Nintendo's always been on the cheaper side.
Yeah,
because when everything else went up $60, they were still $50.
Yeah,
so
they were still like $40, $50.
$49.99, while everyone else was $59.99.
Yeah.
So, and that's probably helped them a little bit.
Yeah.
But they have a different market. So.
Yeah, they do. They're doing their own thing, which is cool.
Nothing else I had is really relevant.
Yeah. I want, Titanfall 2 came out. I really wanted to play that game.
Mm-hmm. It's got single player now.
It's got single player, and I was
so it's worth $60.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, but Battlefield took that money. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Well, it don't matter. They're both distributed by EA, so they got your money.
Yeah, that's how I completely forgot about it until I loaded up Origin, and it was like, and I got Battlefield 1 loaded and downloaded, and then there was a big thing. It's like, Titanfall 2, play it now. And I'm like,
I've seen the ads on TV.
And I'm like,
so.
oh, it looks so good. And then just the idea of playing an actual single-player campaign, plus some multiplayer. I was just like, I like the multiplayer in that game. I wish I'd played it more in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But,
well, that's the thing with multiplayer, is you want someone else you play with.
Yeah.
So you'll play it more if you have someone else to play with.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with MMOs and any. And I played Modern Warfare 2 a lot because I played with Graham.
Yeah, and you and me
and you. So those, if I have someone to play with, I'll play. If I don't, I usually get tired.
It's funny.
of it.
I used multiplayer games as like a point of contact because, like when we were playing Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, I think maybe a lot. It might have been Black Ops. We were playing one of those a lot.
Yeah.
Back when you were living over in Shreveport and I was still here, and so we didn't see each other that often. But instead of calling each other up and talking, we just jump on Modern Warfare and mute everyone else and talk about whatever shit's going on while we.
Yeah, I'm sure we were annoying a lot of people.
I'm sure they just
I
just assumed they muted us. And then same thing with Robert, our brother. That's how I talk to him every week. Is we jump on Overwatch and I talk to him about whatever. He's playing The Witness and Inside right now.
Yeah, which great game.
So it's cool seeing his reaction to those. Yeah. I was talking about The Witness the other day, and I kind of want to go back and play through it.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I kind of want to go back and play it as well. I never finished it.
Yeah, it's good.
I need to go back to it.
It's good. I may just go through it just to enjoy it.
A little update. So next week going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because
somebody went and got a job.
I got a job.
Yeah.
Somewhere else.
Good news, everyone. Dudley and I will both be gainfully employed.
We'll both be full-time workers.
Yeah.
and so I have a job and I'm moving.
Yes.
So
you're moving away.
I'm moving away, so we're gonna have to.
We're still doing podcasts.
We're still doing the podcast.
Don't think we're gonna quit.
We're gonna keep this going until it, no one listens to us anymore.
We die.
And even then, we'll probably keep going.
Yeah.
So we're gonna we have an idea, a plan how we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So hopefully it works.
Yeah.
And won't have any.
So there will be an episode next Monday.
Yes.
How we get there, I don't know. Well, we're gonna have to test it, but we're gonna try to make it work.
Yes.
So
we're gonna keep it going.
The plan is Deli's gonna drive home every weekend.
Just 2.5 hours every weekend. Record the episode.
He's gonna travel 5 hours every weekend so we can record this episode.
That sounds expensive.
Yes,
I'm already paying the hosting cost.
Yeah, but we will. So it's gonna change up a little bit, and there might be some variations on things, but
hopefully it won't cause any problem. But we'll keep going.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice to know that you aren't going to be as broke.
Yeah, it's nice that I'll have some payment coming in, and I can buy more of these games that are coming
out. That people keep talking about that we can play.
And maybe buy some games you don't have, so you can play my games.
Yeah, that'd be
me
nice.
Playing
Why
all
don't
yours.
you return the favor?
Yeah, I did do that. I bought a Sinjin.
Oh, yeah, you did. Shenzhen.
Yeah. So
I need to get back to that game, too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up real quick. As always, you can go to our website at deafandumb.com, DEAFNDUMB.com, and links at the top. You know all about that shit. If you want to email us. We don't care. We'll read it. We may even talk about you on the show.
Yeah.
We talk about everyone else.
Might as well.
And as always, we put out new episodes every Monday.
7 a.m.
7 a.m. our time, Central Time. So set your clocks. And we'll keep doing it as long as we can.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, you bastards.
Yeah. It'll be Halloween when this goes on.
I'm Daniel May.
And I'm Dudley May, and this has been Deaf and Dumb.